Welcome my friends, Seven Gray here. I am with Andi and Dorthy. They own one of the step vans and I met them recently just before the RTR. Today I'm going to show you their step van and give you a tour.
Hi, my name is Dorothy, as you probably know, and some time ago I got a proposition of living in a van. I took it and I'm traveling with
Andi. And here we are at our step van. We are from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, at least by recent ways, originally Poland and Germany. Okay, this is our step van. It's a former FedEx step van. It's a Ford E350 Utilimaster P500 with a 5.4 V8 gas engine. We call it LUVI, which stands for Live Using Vehicle. It's 2.0 because the first one didn't survive, but that's a different story. So I just finished today putting up the solar panels. I got 6 panels at 100 watts a piece, as you can see here, with a tilt mechanism towards the driver's side. Took quite a while, but here we are. The step van had a roll-up rear door in it, so I replaced it with a new swing-out door, which I actually sort of built from scratch. Swings out like so, giving a nice big opening. And the theory is that at some point I want to be able to hinge it at the bottom, which will allow me to use it as a balcony instead. And then I mounted the spare tire to it, as you can see as well, just because we didn't have the room on the inside. These are our windows. They're both deck hatches. We got 4 of them, 1 on each side and 2 in the ceiling for ventilation, light, and such. And this is a 3-point vent, quite commonly found in most step vans at the front driver's side for some air circulation. We put them in there just for when the vehicle is parked unoccupied, that we can have some ventilation at least.
Well, I was a little bit jealous of Andy's work, so I went ahead and I took out my sewing machine and I did 4 projects. One of the projects is to order a bamboo fabric, and I made 4 covers for it. And the bamboo, the reason why we chose bamboo is because it's antimicrobial, doesn't smell, it's cool to touch, and it washes very easily. The second project I decided on to do is to put the curtains, the partition curtains that will serve us as a privacy sheet between the driver's seat and the back. Because we have large windows, we have 0 privacy, and without the curtains it's just impossible to live inside the van. The curtains are not only durable, I bought them up for $4 per sheet. They are very inexpensive but very durable. These are the khaki fabrics that I bought on sale, and inside is insulating fabric, so it not only serves as a privacy, but it completely dims the inside or the outside. It serves as an insulation. And here's my third project, and the third project was to cover the windows when the sun is blasting way too much. So obviously the sheet protectors. Here's the, I call it reflectors, but it wasn't nice to live within it, to look at it inside. So on the other side I put very nice fabric. Now we make it very homey inside, and I can put it and clip it on. So by making it such, we can clip it on the window just as that. The fourth project that I was supposed to make, was the hardest one of all of them, is to put the cushion on the seats. The reason why it was the hardest is because the standard sewing machine doesn't do proper corners. Somehow I struggled and I made it. And today we have very colorful and nice seats and custom cushions on the bed, which makes it so much easier for us to live. Imagine sleeping on a hard bed without the cushions.
I was a little concerned this step van came with a fiberglass roof. But the vehicle is 20 years old, didn't see any real issues. I resealed the corners, and my only concern was that the roof gets really wavy, especially when it expands and contracts. We put in foam insulation instead. It's not glued on. I just used these braces here to hold it up, and then eventually we'll have a finished ceiling panel there. And that way everything can just sort of move along a little bit with the way the roof wants to go, rather than potentially risk cracking it. For the window openings in the roof, the deck hatches, I had to frame out the opening, as you can see here, just to stabilize the fiberglass sufficiently, as it doesn't offer any structural support. but so far it has worked out quite well, and it's quite sturdy. So this is our seating area as well as the bed. And it went through several stages of design, but the final design we came up with is basically using leftover materials from the shelving and partition wall. I had to get some telescopic aluminum tubing in order to make the slide out. And as you can see, it just folds over. Then I have the other side. Same thing, slides out, joins together. Cushions on there, and this makes 1/3 of the bed. So the insulation we used is actually just polyethylene foam. It's a packing foam. It's a 1.2 pound density, which gives it about an R value of 3.2. I got 1 inch in the walls and 1.5 inches in the ceiling. I went with that insulation because it was relatively inexpensive, and I didn't want to have to glue any of the insulation in, so that I have the ability to remove anything for future repairs or wiring or any such thing. Yeah, so this is our floor. These are some MMA mats we had in my wife's clinic that we just repurposed for this. It's throughout the entire van. It's an EPDM foam, which has a excellent sound and thermal insulation value. And in order to add a little bit more to it and have a wearable surface, we put these puzzle mats on top of it, which are also EPDM foam. And we just figured if anything ever wears out, we just have to replace this part. But the main reason we chose this way is so we can remove the entire floor for general spring cleaning. I removed the original heater, and unfortunately step vans are notoriously bad for terrible heating, especially in Canadian winter climates. So I got an auxiliary bus heater, which is 1/3 the size bigger as compared to the original heater. And I rebuilt the entire duct system. The only thing that remains from the original system is the defroster. I removed the cable controls and I added outlets for the passenger, which simply open from finger control for each outlet individually. The seat we chose, both are out of a Toyota Sienna minivan. Main reason that I got them is because they have the seatbelt built in, a 3-point seatbelt. I also made them in such a way that I can unlatch them and tilt them forward and slide them off the hinges to take them right off for any kind of servicing of the van, or to set them outside for usage on the outside.
Well, that was a really great tour. I really enjoy seeing Andi and Dorothy's van here. It's absolutely fabulous. Andi is a master of aluminum and working with metal. I've never seen anything like this, and he's an inspiration to me for some possibilities on my step van. Thank you so much for sharing your step van with the rest of us. I'm sure that you will inspire others. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment. See you next episode.